Hello and welcome to our newest House Pro webinar, How to Make the Most of a Trade Show. My name is Santi and I'm part of the communications team here at House. In this webinar, we'll take you through the prep you need to make your trade show presence a success and how to follow up to capitalize on all the productive meetings from the event. We will go through all you need to know before, during and after a trade show. Whether this is your first event of the kind or you're a seasoned trade show attendee, we have plenty of tips and tricks for everyone. Your first question might be, why attend a trade show in the first place? There are many benefits, including, first of all, education. Trade shows often have no shortage of educational sessions, whether they be a panel, keynote speakers and seminars. These may be especially interesting for those newer to the industry or those who want to keep on top of key topics in the industry. Another benefit to attend trade shows is that it's an ideal time to catch up on the latest trends, whether this is by browsing supplier booths or attending events. One of the key aspects of trade shows is trend awareness, so this will definitely be something you'll be fully immersed in while visiting. Trade shows are also a great opportunity for meetings with suppliers, clients, or other industry colleagues in person, especially if they're usually based in a different region or even outside the country where you are based. The House Pro event team were recently at the construction-focused trade show Sydney Build, as well as Decor and Design in Melbourne, which is an interiors design-focused trade show. They shared that networking and in-person meetings cannot be underestimated in building connections and creating new contacts. Which leads me into my next point, lead generation. If you are looking to expand your business, trade shows offer the opportunity to meet lots of industry professionals all in one place. And last but not least, trade shows are a great opportunity to keep an eye on the competition. Many suppliers and buyers expect to see others from the industry at these types of events. So whether you want to scout out the competition or establish your presence, it can be important for building your business and reputation to be seen at the larger trade shows. In this section, we'll walk through what you need to do ahead of the trade show season. So hopefully you have an idea of which trade shows will be relevant for your business. And now that you've decided, it's time to register. So let's run through a few important things to consider before a trade show. First things first, make sure you've done your homework on the event and know the dates, locations, and other key details. Another good tip is to check your inbox for emails from us. We often send out details about upcoming events and include special registration codes for you to take advantage of things like free entry tickets. Once you know what trade show you want to check out or exhibit at, don't forget to register your business on the event's webpage to keep up with helpful information. Some trade shows have a cost for entry, others just require registration online for the ticket. When registering your business, many trade shows offer the option to book meetings with exhibitors. So have a look on their website, especially if there are large exhibitors you really want to make sure you meet with them. Our last tip in this section is to make sure to have a look on the event webpage for any other events you might like to attend during the trade show. Depending on your interests, this could include a networking session, seminars, trend highlights, and other educational activities. Before the trade show, you want to make sure you've run through this checklist you see on this slide. So number 1, make a plan for your objectives. What do you want to get out of your trade show for your business? Some example objectives may include meeting with potential new clients or suppliers, meeting with current clients and suppliers with a plan of what to discuss, network to find new contacts, or simply browsing for inspiration in design. You want to check out new materials, techniques, and even the latest technology. In addition to your goals, make sure you've booked your transport, accommodation, and take into consideration any other travel costs to and from the venue. At this point, the costs might seem to be adding up, but it is important to consider the gains for your business by attending a trade show. It might be helpful to run a basic ROI table for your cost expected gains of the trade show. This might also help to plan your objective, goals, and targets for the trade show to ensure you're being as busy savvy as possible. Now that you've planned how to get to the trade show, it's time to plan your time there. Get in touch with key clients and suppliers several weeks ahead of the trade show to book in appointments. You'll also want to plan which stands you'll visit. You won't want to be in meetings all day, and it's important to see what else is going on in the trade show. It can be helpful to make a list of your top 5 to 10 stands you want to visit, and when the event map is published, make sure to highlight where they are. And lastly, you'll want to market your presence to your network. Let connections know you'll be attending the trade show via social media, a newsletter, or other trade communications. Don't forget to tag the event as well. You never know if your post might be shared and gain you extra visibility there too. So, as trade shows are a commitment to visit, it's really important to make the most of your time there. In getting yourself ready, we suggest to plan to arrive 30 minutes before your first appointment in order to check in and get comfortable with the venue. Allow time between meetings as you will need to move around the halls and find the next stand where your meeting will take place. Some venues are really large and very busy, so it may take time to get from one booth to another. In making the most of trade show meetings, we recommend setting an agenda to all contacts 1 to 2 weeks ahead of the trade show. That way everyone is aware of key topics to cover and can add anything they'd like to talk about as well. This will ensure you book enough time for the meeting and it is less likely to run over. And what about where to have the meeting? If your contact has a stand, that can be a good place to meet. But otherwise, make sure to plan if you will meet in a cafe nearby or an available workspace. For a less formal meeting or with a contact you know really well, consider planning a lunch or a dinner together. Not only can you get more done, but this will help foster the relationship. And in terms of timing, make sure to leave plenty of time. If you run over, this can impact your other meetings, and it's important to be courteous of everyone's time. We recommend 30-minute meetings. Booking too much time and you may find yourself talking about irrelevant topics to fill the time. Any less, you are likely to feel rushed. But you will know best yourself how long you're likely to need to talk to clients and suppliers. Oh, and don't forget to leave time to browse stores. Have a bathroom break, refresh yourself with a snack, lunch, or a coffee. You might also want to book in free time to catch up on your emails and phone calls during that day. Networking. You either love it or you hate it. But while you've made the effort to get to the trade show, it's important not to lose out on the opportunity to meet new people. You never know if you may meet a new supplier, forge a new business connection, or even make a friend. Often the trade shows will organize welcome events and closing event too. Try to show up within the first hour to make the most of meeting people. Larger businesses often organize mixes too, so make sure to keep an eye out on your house emails to see if we have one planned for the next trade show. And when you're attending any of these mixes, it might be helpful to bring a few business cards. Don't forget the basics such as a firm handshake, plenty of eye contact, and speaking clearly. Listen first, talk second, have your elevator pitch ready, and make sure you can summarize your role in your business in 2 to 3 sentences. You might also want to plan a few questions and keep them in your back pocket. These might include, how long have you been in the industry? What projects are you working on right now? And how do you like working for your company? Be sure to follow up and make sure to swap contact info after a great conversation and add the person to your list after the show. If you are in a new city, make sure to spend some time away from the trade show venue as well. You can make a dinner appointment with a client or just spend time with work colleagues seeing the sights. Or on your own, we won't tell. Some downtime away from the show will give you space to reflect on meetings, plan for upcoming ones, and give your brain some time to refresh after busy days. Trade shows are also a great opportunity to build personal relationships with work colleagues, so planning some time away from the event will allow this to happen naturally. In this section, we'll run through a few things to remember and what to do after the trade show. Following up is one of the most important aspects of a trade show. You had lots of great conversations, planned with clients, and made agreements with suppliers. Now is the time to get it all confirmed. We recommend following up with all meetings at a maximum of 2 weeks after the trade show. Include minutes so everyone remembers what was discussed and can address action points in a timely manner. This is also the time to reach out to new contacts you made at the trade show. Connect with them on social media and send them email. It is often good to find an action point from these casual conversations too, in order to ensure you get the ball rolling on forming the relationship. And lastly, It is also a time to reflect on how the trade show went. If you went with colleagues, have a discussion together. Otherwise, go through these questions in your own time. And now a couple top tips from our in-house trade show expert. Preparation is key for success. Make a plan and set show objectives before attending a trade show. Make sure you have enough time at the event, and no matter what, be open to new and unexpected opportunities. Last tip, always follow up. But before you get to the trade show, why not start a free trial of House Pro and see what it can do for your business today? Some of our professionals' favorite features include lead tracking and project management. There's also tools to create proposals, estimates, and even floor plans and takeoffs in a flash. There's so much more. You can start a free trial for a month and get familiar with the platform. Go to the page that's written on the slide. That's house.com.au/housepro/pricing for more information. And that's all for today's session. We can't wait to see you at one of the many trade shows coming up and in 2023. I hope you found this webinar useful and now feel ready to hit the ground running for trade show prep. If you have any questions, please contact us via support on the House Pro page.